So this shower gel is lightening slash whitening shower gel, because if you don't have a tough skin, this shower gel will whiten your skin. Like, it will give you that kind 4 to 5 shade lighter. Yes, those that have tough skin, if they use products that says whitening, if you have a tough skin, it can end up just lightening your skin, you get, because you already have a tough skin. But those that doesn't have a tough skin, if they use the same product that you use, you with tough skin, and it lighten you, them, it's going to whiten their skin. So that's why I prefer to call this lightening slash whitening shower gel, because like I said, it all depends on skin type, how tough your skin is. So welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please subscribe to this channel, like this video. I have tons of videos in this channel that will benefit you if you are new into skincare formulations, or you are into this skincare formulations or skincare business and you don't know what you're doing. Yes, there are a lot of people out there, they are just into skincare formulation, but they seriously don't know what they are kind of doing in the business, you get. So I want to use this opportunity and say we do train you on how to formulate skincare production from scratch. Know everything you need to know about skincare formulations, know how to formulate effective skincare products for you and your customers. So there's a link in my description box where you can chat to me directly on WhatsApp to start. So first of all, we measured our distilled water right there, and then I used SCI powder. You can use SLS. I prefer using SCI because it's more milder on the skin. But then it all depends on what you have. If you have the SLS powder, you can use it. You can dissolve it and use it. So this SCI powder, you don't just put it in just normal room temperature water and then it will dissolve. You have to double boil it for it to dissolve completely, to form clear water. Like, you have to double boil it. So I measured the distilled water together with the SCI powder, and then I double boil it. All the measurements will be on the screen, so I'm sure you can even see it. So after that, while I was double boiling the SCI together with the water, I decided to measure some parts of the water, all in the recipe, some parts of the water to dissolve my active powders. So in my active powders, I have niacinamide powder. I want this to be I want it to be soothing, I want it to be lightening, and then I want the shower gel to be to control oil, you get. So that's why I have my niacinamide powder in there, and then I have my Seppi White. Seppi White is there to bring more lightening effect on the skin, together with all the benefits it can provide. So the two combinations are good for this formulations, and this is my enlighten powder. Is there to prevent any form of reaction this shower gel will give, because a lot of skin, all those surfactants used to react, you get. Our skin are different. Some people SCI powder can react to them, or those surfactants that I'll be using. So this enlighten powder is there to calm this down, to calm any form of reaction this might cause to any form of skin out there, you get. So all those anti-reactions powders or serums are good when you are formulating for your product not to react on people's skin. Like, it's very important for you to know which form of anti-reaction to use in which kind of formulations you get. So I was having a discussion with one of my students. She told me that she don't like using anti-reactions in her cream or soaps because she feel like it's used to slow down the whitening effect on her product. I was like, that is the reason why people complain of stretch mark, people complain of your product are too harsh. Like, it doesn't slow down any whitening effect. Okay, anti-reactions doesn't slow down whitening effects, rather they protect your skin. They are very important. So please, if you don't know that you're supposed to be using anti-reactions in your formulations, know this today. Okay, so that is our cocoa bean right there. I have our SCI powder have finished dissolving in our water, and then I bring it down, pour it in a spacious container, and then I measured my cocoa bean. Those are the two surfactants that I'll be using, the SCI powder and then the cocoa bean. They react well, they go well in shower gel, they form very rich lather, and then they are just good, they are not harsh, you get. So that is, I combine them together, and then I measured my aloe vera juice. Is there to soothing and give you a very, very nourishing shower gel. So I measured it and put it in there, and this is our preservative. Yes, it's a preservative. This shower gel is luxurious, trust me. Like I said at first, it can either lighten you or then whiten you. It all depends on how tough your skin is. Then this is our thickener. We are going to be using salt to thicken this formulation. Yes, let me clarify this. If you have very dry skin, or let me just say if you have a dry skin, you can substitute this salt thickening agent to xanthan gum. Yes, that's the advice I'll give you. If you have a dry skin, don't use salt to thicken this. Use xanthan gum plus glycerin. I forgot to tell you that we have measured glycerin and put it in there to add moisture to this formulation. Like I said, this is a luxurious shower gel. Okay, so forget about we are thickening with salt. Trust me, this is luxurious. So option for xanthan gum, it will be more safe for your skin to not be dry, like get dry, though it will not be drying. For oily skin and normal skin, this shower gel will not be drying because it contains aloe vera to soothe, it contains vegetable glycerin there, and then it's just normal. But for dry skin, to be on a safer side, just option the thickening something to be xanthan gum. As you can see, you are going to be using salt gradually. You are not going to pour everything together. Gradually, you pour in your salt, dissolve it, pour little portion, like little by little, until you attain your consistency, and then you stop. Do not overuse this salt because it can make it cloudy and it can make it to be too thick. You don't want that. So just when you get your right measurement of the soap, just use it. That's all. So you remember our lightening active powders that I dissolve separately. So I put them in, and then I let this to sit and settle for some time. You get, for everything to come in place, all the powders, everything to just marinate, together. So after like 4 to 5 hours, I come to this. The consistency is okay. I like it. I don't like it so chunky. I like it like this. And then we measure our pH. You need to know that pH is a very, very important in your formulations. Like knowing the pH of a product is so important. You don't want to use something that will start tearing your skin apart. Okay, so the pH is around 4.5 to 5, which is very, very okay. If you finish formulating and then your pH is so high, you can always use citric acid to kind of lower it down. You get, if you have been following me in this channel, you know how to lower product pH. So for me to just leave it like this, I said let me just add beauty to it. Like let me add small blue mica powder, bring it to life. You get. So because I'll be using this on the face, I did not add any fragrance. So if you like, you can add any form of fragrance you like. Let me advise you again, if you have a sensitive skin, if you have acne prone skin, do not add perfume. Do not, just forget perfume, okay? It will like destroy your formulation, because you will use it and then it will clog your pores, it will bring out pimples. So just forget about perfume, okay? So like I said, I will not be adding any form of perfume in this. But if you have essential oil, you can just sprinkle a little inside, to just, have some kind of small scent. So thanks for watching. Bye.